Morning guys, it's Monday morning. The sky looked like it was going to rain, but I don't think we're forecast rain for quite a while. We haven't been up for 2 days. I've been resting. I've been told that I have to rest more. Right, so the plan is for me today is, though it's nice and cool, I've got to break some canes, tie this lot. Oh, I don't need canes in here, so I've got to tie that lot, and the wife is going to water up after I've done that. I've got, they're all tied, the wife will be watering up in here. See, there's some, now this one is wilting. Strange, isn't it? It's really strange, and I know they need a good watering again. You can see how dry it's gone. I've just give somebody over there, a young girl over there, and her boyfriend or husband, look at these courgettes coming through. So I'm going to find a space for them. I don't know where to bloody put them now. And I'm going to dig up some big leeks, and I've got some leeks to go in the spot. So that'll be that sorted. My wife is going to water up in here for me, but first she's going to have to check if there's any caterpillars. I have sprayed, and it seems to be working at the moment. Elephant garlic, yes, I think probably coming up soon. I've got some shallots at home. I went to a garden centre and they were knocking this bag of shallots out right cheap, and they're the same, golden gourmet, same as what I've got now. So I'm hoping I can replace a few here, and I can possibly put, slow down, mate, put some somewhere else. But you see, these are my big pumpkins. Lettuces are coming along, and I love these lettuces because they're lollawata. Look like I've got no failures now on my courgettes, which is good. I love a courgette, I do. I hope you all had a nice weekend, guys. As I say, it would be nice if we got more rain, but so it is. So it is, isn't it? These are all baby bear flowers. They're going to need a water. Spare beans, spare sweet corn, and I've got cabbages there supposed to be potted on, and because Nigel's having half of them. Oh, alright. Alright, yeah. And lettuce. Right guys, sorry about the strimming noise. I'm putting you there. I'll just show you what I'm doing. I'm tying. That's what I'm doing. Tying. There's somebody, the poor woman up there, she's nearly in tears, because there's another neighbour now who decided to put a camera up on a pole to watch people. And to be quite honest, I have a wildlife camera, and that's not high, it's low. That only videos on my plot, and that's for my foxes and the cats at night. But this one apparently is up on a pole, and she don't want her privacy, and he can video her and the neighbour and all this lot, and I don't know why they want it. But nobody's seeing the secretary now. At the moment the secretary seems to be doing a bit of a disappear. She won't be up here until Friday, so they need a number 2, I'm afraid, because I wouldn't want a camera. I told my neighbours that the camera will not face any of them. It doesn't face them. That's only for my plot and my wildlife. It's not high up in the air. You don't need it high up in the air, guys. But obviously I know who this person is, and he is a little bit away with the fairies, you know, and she's not happy about it. And I think the poor woman, she's got a lovely plot, she bought this stuff and everything, and now she said, I'm thinking about having to throw it all in. And the problem is, they allowed somebody else to have a camera, and they set a precedence. So now our committee can't do nothing. Actually, our committee can't even throw a person off the plot up here. They can't throw no one off because they've neglected to do their duty by keeping the allotment in order. And now, because they've allowed it to go and not issued letters of getting off and that, now you can actually probably take them to court and say, you can't throw me off, or you're going to have to pay for all my stuff. It's a sorry state of affairs. I'm lucky. I don't have to worry much about that. There's a bee in here. Need to get you out. Right, got to get a bee out, guys. I had a bee in my blooming room at home, and I don't like, we've got a shortage of bees at the moment. There's not many bees about, I've noticed, not many at all. So, then where are you going? Right, this is why I try to get them out. I don't want to get rid of cobwebs because they catch the horrible things. Right guys, there we go. And I've got one to tie there, so that's all me. Just got this side now. That's my rant and rave. Where'd you go? Not there, not there, not there, not there. Right, let's find someone to trap that. Right guys, so I've got rid of the bee. I don't know whether you're picking up the bottom of this tub. I don't know, I'm not going to do that side. Oh. It's harder when you get old, you know. It's harder to get down and then getting up. It really is getting... Yes, my wife's going to water this lot in a minute, but I try to weed at the same time. Get that one there. I'm going to have to get some feed into these, because this greenhouse, for some reason, has never been super productive of tomatoes. I've always had tomatoes, but there's never been a really mega harvest, if you can understand. So it needs, in my eyes, I need to put a feed in it. Tom Wright's alright, but I need something else. I've got 2 trusses on here. I allow mine possibly 4, sometimes 5 trusses. And what a truss is a bunch of tomatoes. For God's sake. You know, so I normally leave my cobwebs to trap all the horrible things. But it's hard to stop the blooming bees. And my wife is wandering around, watering this and watering that, and I've told her not to do it because I'll put the pump on it. That's like barrel pumps. I was given permission by our previous secretary, because I can't walk sometimes, I'm absolutely cream crackered. And to be able to use a barrel pump. I don't see the reason why I think everybody should be able to. What I do though is I pump my barrels and fill them up. It's not just to pump onto the ground, if you can understand. I use my barrel pump, I fill my barrels up, and then when I need to use my barrels, my wife is there to be able to do it. So we're not wasting no water, we're not killing ourselves, we're walking backwards and forwards. And actually, I think it's a good thing. And there's a lot of people got them. You know, most of us on allotments now, except for the few young ones we've got up here now, we're old. And we need help. You know? I've just been talking to old Norman up here. He's been going out to Frit and he said, I recognise the car out that way. I said, yeah, I know. He said, I thought it was out there. I wish my wife wouldn't use a water can. No, I'll put the water pump on. I'll stop you guys. I'm going to sort her out. Right guys, that's that. They're all tied. That one's sticked. I'll put a bit of string around that in a minute. My wife's now going to come in here and water, but she mustn't water the path. It's going to be a bit of a bugger for her, because I've just had to put ant powder down everywhere. This one really get a lot of ants. Right, so my next job's going to be, hello Popsy. I'm now going to dig some leeks out, big leeks to take home, and then I'm going to replace them. Right, so I'll show you what's going on down there in a minute. Right guys, as you can see, I've got some big boys here, look at these. So I'm now going to take them home, and my wife will probably either make the soup or freeze. But what I'm going to do, oh look at them, I'm going to replace. I really need my axe. I've got something to replace with them. I've put some fresh seeds in at home in the greenhouse with some really good seed compost, and to be quite honest, don't seem to want to know too much. I'm only getting the real big boys. Escapes on the top. That's what this. Yeah, it's got the escapes on the top here. I might try, because you're supposed to be able to fry them. I don't know about them, but I might try. I want to hit that. There's some lovely thick ones, to be quite honest. Got a little one to put in. I've tried to deliberately keep them weeded this year. Oh, look at that one. It's strange weather. 1 minute it's cold, sun go in. This one's going to seed. I better take that one up and out. Yeah, and then next minute the sun pops his head out. And it's lovely. Oh, look at that. Tell you, I got some good ones this year. I think they must have run all. When I first was up here, I had a secretary called Ron Huggins. And he used to go to a garden centre. And he used to buy 100 leeks about that size. Very thin in your finger. He used to buy 100. For I think it was either £2.50 or £1.50. They were bloody mad. And they used to harvest. It was only just down the road. They're closed up now. It really is. You know. Right. We've got one up there now. I don't really want to disturb there too much. I've got my pumpkins in. I've managed to give some new people some courgettes. That one. So this side, these rows here, these 2 rows were in earlier. You can understand. I put them in, and then the other 2 rows, which are there, I put them in later. Oh, I'm going to take that one and all. And actually, I've got. See what I did. I've got a bunch of leeks which I put in the ground down there. And that one. There we go. So if I can replace these with the ones I put in the ground and that, we get a double whammy, don't we? Right guys, gotta go get a nailer. Put you down. Right guys, I've got my Carlo Fandango dipper. I'll tell you what, I was on a Chinese site last night with garden tools are ridiculously cheap. Absolutely ridiculously cheap. You know, things I've been paying bloody 14 and 18 quid for, you can buy for £2, free delivery. It's mad. I think it's called AliExpress or, oh I don't know, there's another one I've got. Somebody showed me some, a woman showed me some sandals. We were out for a meal Saturday night for my wife's birthday, and this woman said to my wife, look at these, £6. These sandals look really I don't know nothing about sandals, but they looked absolutely fantastical. And she said, yeah, I paid 6 quid for it, free delivery. And I thought to myself then, you know, one of the Chinese are beating the world because they're charging people, they're selling by bulk. When I was a window cleaner, I used to keep the cheapest prices, but I used to have the most customers. If you can understand, I know you're saying, well, you've done more work, but not really. Because once you've got your big round, that's it. I used to have the big round, and there was me and the boys. I used to have a good living. I'm not even going to cut the what's names off. I used to cut the roots off. I'm dropping them right in. I'll get the Wi-Fi perhaps to. No. And I'll have to water them up. and trying to weed at the same time, just to save me a job. There still is a bit of moisture in the ground after last. If they got long roots like that, I just tear them off. Yeah, there's still a bit of moisture in the ground from last week. The deeper you can get them in, the bigger the white bit is. So all you're doing is you're excluding the light off of the bottom section. As you can understand, I'm trying to fly along. I'm trying to keep my wife sat down because she's still got trouble with her heel and she can't get to see a doctor. Every time she goes to see a doctor, they send her to a nurse practitioner or an advanced nurse practitioner, and this is how the waiting list is supposedly going down. But I try and you know yourselves, a woman's got a mind of their own, and she's going to do something, she's going to do it no matter whether she shouldn't. I don't like her to be sitting in pain. And as for the government, well, you all know I'm a reformer, 100%. They're going to try and destroy him. You can see that. Conservatives and Labour Party are now getting together, and the Liberal Democrats, whoever voted the Liberal Democrats and Greens, well, I'm sorry, but I have an opinion, and an opinion is they're a bunch of useless twits. The Greens are going to put your prices up. My theory in life is you look after your people first, no one else. Your country and your people. You look after us big time. Oh, Bark, bring it out. I better you find an. I've got another one here. Hello. Yeah, you got to look after your people. You know, you should make our lives so cheap, so good, that everybody's happy, and you won't have no violence, you won't have nothing. Oh, bloody hell. If you can figure out what I'm doing the bloody holes too long, too deep. Right, I'll stop you because you don't want to hear me waffling. Once I get on about this government and what they've done to everybody. Right, and what you do is when you water in, you're supposed to water in very slowly, but I'm useless. Straight in the hole, fill the hole right up. A lot of people say, oh, you can't do it like that, you can't do it. What you do is you get gritting around it, but to be quite honest, I've never worried about the grit, and I've never had it. I've had lovely leeks, and I think my wife is going to make me some nice leek and potatoes, leek and bacon soup and potato. So that's how I do my leeks, people. And just you remember, I'm not an expert on no means, I'm just a average person who's trying to grow the best vegetables and fruit I can do. Right, so that's that little bit. My battery's on red light because I've got a cordless mic on it. You can't close it. Right, so I'll stop this for a minute and get the rest done, and then I'll show you. Right guys, so that's all my leeks in. If you see any, if you've got leeks and you see any of this on rust, just tear it off. Oh, that one's rotted. I've got a leek to go in there. I might try and put that in now. I've got some spares there. Right, off we go. Alright guys, so I've got them in. I've watered them up. I'll let them dry up a bit. I could have let one of them go to seed. I've got some up there. So you've got your seed head here. And if you leave it, that lot turn into very good leeks for next year. Seeds. I could possibly leave one, possibly that one there. But that's me done now. The wife is finishing water one up. This has got to be re-weeded. I've got my cabbages. Well, as I said, when they start to get too much water so quick, they start to blow. Merrill! But they're alright. We've got the carrots are looking a lot better. They really are. And to be quite honest, this frame could come off now, go further up there and start again. It's just what I might think of doing. Right. This is broccoli, sprouting broccoli, and it's already gone to seed. Look, it's blown. It's in the flower, so it's not going to be no good. That's the combination of heat and a bit of water and a heat and the humidity and all sorts. Right, as you can see, the wife's just about emptied one of the barrels here. That's a broccoli then too. I didn't realise that. Look, I've got a broccoli head.
A couple of lettuces there, look.
Yeah, I put some lettuces all the way along, but there ain't. There's some pumpkins up that end, you know. Pumpkins over there.
Well,
along that back wall, there's cucumbers, if you want to.
That's green, I'll water it.
Yeah, if there's a inches water, that's good job. I ain't got green pants on me.
I've done your trays of
Alright guys, as you can see.
I've done your trays and that.
Hang on, there's garlic in here, plus onions now. And the onions are going to need a bit more water. Look at her, she's deadly with a hose pipe. Any in there? In there? Lavender? English lavender, that is. Right, did you do that row? Potatoes?
No.
That one there, the wheaty ones, need a bit more.
These ones?
Yeah.
Just these ones in the pot?
That row all the way along there, look. Not them, no, not in the ground. Yep, them. And there's some potatoes down there if you want me to look at them ones down there, but I was then going to say adios and we go. My ankle's gone. I won't be walking nowhere. I've got to pop and get some eggs, haven't we? We go to the farm shop to get our eggs. They're slightly more expensive, but cool, they don't have to look nice. Just about ready to pump out, run out. That is Mel.
Right.
Sound like the barrel's empty now. Yeah. Just that roll, Mel, as quick as you can. It's now on red. Oh, dog's been a good girl. Right, so guys, it's been a very quiet day today. I hope my friend John is alright. I haven't seen him since he had a hospital appointment last Thursday. I haven't seen him since, so I'm hoping he's okay. Look at twit, don't I? That's probably why people look at me and think, where's he got on his blooming hat? Right, so stay safe everybody. I'll put this up. I'm sorry about putting longer clips. Sorry about all the issues with sounds and that. You know, I had I've got a set of cordless microphones which fits on a phone in case I ever have to use my phone. And I used them on here, and the sound quality and that was dreadful. So I'm hoping these back to normal are a lot better. I really do. I just don't know how long the charge lasts on them. It seems to be doing quite well. Right guys, so stay safe everybody, and adios.